All right. You guys already know who showed up today. It's no other.
Roberto Rodrigo Ramirez. What's up, baby? What's going on, Mr. Panda?
What's good, Mr. Cuban Link? Back
Chilling.
again.
Just chilling. Over here chilling, baby.
You back even before the other interview is fully out because so much stuff happens involving your name all the time that we can't even get through one damn interview fully put out before somebody says something about you again. We got to cover it.
Man, bring it on.
Man, the fans.
I dare y'all to fight. I dare them, man. Didn't I dare them? Come on.
The
Give it to
fans
me
were
now.
even like, yo, when you interviewing Cuban again, we got to hear what he got to say about this.
I'm getting caught up with the novella. This novella, I told you, the novella is definitely the top seller.
It's nonstop.
It's definitely.
It's nonstop, okay?
That's good. That's good.
I don't even need to watch any shows, anything. Like, this just keeps me constantly engaged with all the drama, man.
Yep, but them checks coming in the mail. Go ahead, though, Panda Man.
All right, so the question of the day. I'm assuming that you've already seen the video about Tony.
You're assuming because I'm Cuban, huh?
Where he's talking about you?
You're assuming because I'm Cuban and I like Reuben sandwiches? Damn. Racist. What you said? I'm assuming that I seen Tony's what? Because Tony has a lot of nothings because he blocked me. He blocks me I'm blocked from his IG, so I don't know. So whatever I get to see or hear anything is because the fan either mails me, inboxes me something, or you tell me.
Right. Did you watch the video that I did on it?
Yeah, I seen it. I seen a little what he's talking about. The cock that had slapped him broke, like messed up his teeth. He kept his teeth white because the cum hit. I don't know what he was talking about, but I don't know what it is. He got new toothpaste it's called Cockgate instead of Colgate. I don't know. Something's going on with his mentality. I don't understand. I never seen a guy that does this so much. Like talks so subliminally.
Right. So let's start at the first post, okay? So he posts a picture of him with Corleone, right? They're laughing.
God, Corleone.
They're laughing, and they have the song Big Pun Laughing at You playing in the background. He's saying,
I'm laughing at you.
Right.
I'm laughing at you now. You told me you got smacked with a cock. Now you trying to back it down. Oh, pop, pop, pop. A cock slapped in your mouth.
Yeah. So he said that we just try to be humble right now, but we got some exposing to do if you keep pushing the lions or whatever, something along those lines, right? And so,
hey, Mr. Good, that's Mr. Good Vibes. We're gonna call him Mr. Good Vibes. I renamed him Mr. Good Vibes. Hey, Mr. Good Vibes, you think you slick? You start talking out your mouth, I got smacked with it. Now you think you're tough, and you look in my nuts, and all you gotta do is call it your bluff. All right, come on, let me stop playing.
All right, so for the people that don't know, who is Corleone?
Corleone, big disappointment in my life. Corleone is a guy that I met. He's Cuban. You know, me and the Cuban connection there. I always had love for my people. So in New York, there isn't too many Cubans. So he's one out of a few actually. Him, his family, you know what I'm saying, his brother, the whole family. I knew the whole family. You know what I'm saying? Corley was a dude that, like I said, he resided in Yonkers. He came into my circle, mad humble. I liked him, you know what I'm saying? Funny dude, real dude at the time. And since he's Cuban, you already know, that them ties right there go deeper. So I met his moms, his dad, his sisters, and there's always been love, you know what I'm saying? And he caught a case, caught a body.
Damn.
You know, he was in my house hiding out. I left him. Actually, I did some fucking illegal shit for him because I hit him in my house. You know what I'm saying? And then I paid his bail, $10,000. He went to jail. You know, he blew trial. They gave him 23 years. Them 33 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went to see him whenever I could. Probably like 10 times in 23 years. That's a lot for me too. But I went to see him. Kept contact with him. You know what I'm saying? through the whole bid. When he came out, he just came out probably like last year, something like that. Something like that. 2 years ago, I don't know. I forgot now. Anyway, at the last part of his bid, you know what I'm saying, I was being like cautious. So I was like, yo, nobody's reaching out to you, right? Like nobody reaching out to you, my nigga, right? Like trying to change your mind, something, right? Because like man, niggas was like, that's when niggas like I started feeling like my niggas was like, you know what I'm saying, selling out and shit. Niggas was defecting from my crew. So I asked that nigga, I was been in contact with his brother. You know what I'm saying? With his brother Adam. That's my nigga too. So he was like, nah, but then he was telling me that Ephraim, nigga Eph, that I told you about, the nigga that I put on too from my old block, that be doing the 50 Cent.
Mr. Power.
Yeah, the power and all of that. You know what I'm saying? He been reaching out to him. He been keeping contact with him. And the Don De Niro dude, the other nigga that started the shit with Pitbull that I put into, that I named, which his name was Don De Niro, that was like reaching out to him. Just like probably Joe was reaching out to Remy at the end of the bid.
Right.
So he reached out to Coleon at the end of the bid, whatever, promised them stuff, oh yeah, you're gonna rock with him. And since they rock with TS and on that, Joe on that side, I already knew in my head. I was so sure that I knew that I didn't want to just imply it. You know what I'm saying? That I would be wrong, but I was asking them, but letting them know that I'm asking them because I know what be happening. I know how it be. You know what I'm saying? I know how motherfuckers could buy you. You know what I'm saying? And they could kick, what I'm saying, certain kind of game that make you change your mind with lies or with whatever with a prize. They might buy you with a prize. So I asked him that and all of that, and he was like, "Nah, you crazy? This, that, you my brother." And through the whole bit, he was like, "Yeah, Cuban Link, my cousin." Through the whole 23 years, he's inside because I know other dudes in there that told me. You know what I'm saying? So he comes out, and it's the same thing like a Remy thing. You know what I'm saying? He tried to act like it's not. He's trying to tell me like, nah. And he hanging out with Tony, taking pictures with Tony. And I'm telling him, yo, this nigga's a disrespectful dude. You see how he talking about me? You gonna let that happen? Yeah, I'm your cousin. Because cousins don't do that. Friends don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Be siding with people that be talking shit about their people. Especially when they fake and they know stories and they know what's real and not. So you trying to just be down with that so you can get on.
Did he know Tony? Did he know Tony prior?
Yeah, he knew Tony, but he knew the whole Terror Squad. He knew everybody from Terror Squad because of me. I brought him in.
Gotcha. Okay.
Again, I inducted him. He was the type of nigga to throw the keys to the NSX and be like, "Hey, man, you got to do your thing." And he'll take the car and he'll go over in Yonkers and, you know what I'm saying? One of those dudes.
Wow.
So I have, that type of love for him. So he comes out of jail and he starts rocking with, TS and them niggas. That side. And the story leads to here, where he's taking pictures and he's letting Tony use them. I guess if he's not even letting him use them, he should beat the shit out of him. But I know he's not because he don't care too much. So he's letting them use the pictures and Tony using him against me on that level. You know what I'm saying? Instead of getting mad and putting the beats on them for disrespecting, they siding with it and they letting it rock. You know what I'm saying? Like most of it, they do. You know what I'm saying? Just like the Hova thing too. The Hova with the Hova strip. The Hova dude. You know what I'm saying? That story right there.
Wait, but before we get into that, what do you think that Tony is talking about when he says that he got dirt on you and they're gonna expose you? What do you think he's saying?
I don't know what the hell he's talking about, and I don't care what he's talking about. I don't believe no dude that got smacked with a cock in his face 3 times. Do not care. Don't even believe him. But if y'all choose to believe him, once again, I'm just gonna sit back and just let y'all believe whatever. Because at the end of the day, if he still got something to hide, or he's trying to not say it because he's waiting for me to like say something more disrespectful than a cock slapping him in the face, then I do not know what the hell y'all thinking about by even believing or buying into that. Because I would have been exposed to the biggest thing in the world if somebody says that about me and it's true, which it would never be true. But yeah. So y'all keep on following that and believing him if y'all want to. I know that boy is hurt. I know he's hurt. I know he's saying I'm not hurt. You know what I'm saying? That was 3 hard slashing. You could talk about my slashing my face. That was a real, that's a traumatical slashing that he has that caused more trauma than any of my scars ever caused me, because he's still, you know what I'm saying? Cat boy.
Right. So you were saying the next day he ends up putting up a picture of him with BX Hove, right? And you and BX Hove had a situation
Yeah.
where they caught on camera. BX Hove just punched you out of nowhere and you fell down and they rushed him out of the place. Was it a bar or where were you guys at?
Nah, that was a little bar. It was, I'm not gonna even name the bar because
Right. Okay.
he's promoting them. But it's a bar in the Bronx. It's where the old Riddlers used to be at. You know what I'm saying? By Westchester. That's what I'm saying.
And what is the situation between you guys? Didn't you guys squash it?
Eh, kind of squash it, sort of even. But you know how it be. You know, people feel different sometimes when you know what I'm saying. They got different people around them, but you know, that dude, that situation derived because I was like I said, I was stupid for even being in that place. That's not a friendly place for Cuban to be at. You know what I'm saying? Ever to be at because it's the history. Once again, it derives from the Tony Sunshine. You know what I'm saying? If y'all didn't know, back in the days, I caught a knife to the stomach defending Tony in them fight from certain people. You know what I'm saying? Now, what's funny about that is that the guy he's standing there next to, which is the Hoover guy, is one of the guys that rocks with the people that stomped him out that day, back in the days when he was 18 with me.
Oh
So
wow.
he's siding, going like this and going like this, giving him all hoorays and praises to the guy that rocks with the dudes that knocked him out that I was defending him against. That's how disgusting this dude is. You understand? That's the dude that I had to punch in the face when he was 18 because he said, "Yeah, nigga, that's why niggas from my block stabbed you." So I rocked his jaw off, and that's the truth. That's why this time around he caught me, and they did a circus act he took the security camera because the hate and of course the memory, probably that I got caught slipping, but he caught me whatever. But I caught that nigga way before that. So let's get that straight. So it's never been no fear. Nothing is what it is. That's a hood situation. But if this dude is using them like a prize box, like the trophy that did this to Cuban, you gotta really picture this. Me, 18 years old, fighting 20 dudes for Tony Sunshine from the same block that Hova dude is from. That gloat and they talk shit. They did this, they did that, and he was part of that. I was defending him. So the whole shit that they feel a certain way about me is because of Tony starting that beef that day, and I'm the one that protected Tony. I got stabbed, yeah, I protected him. He was underneath a green bin after they knocked his ass out. He was faking like he was knocked out under there because he was sleeping again like the sink in Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? He was under there again, and he's really next to the guy licking balls again. Now, what kind of ball liquor? How much ball licking do you do? Can a person do in their lifetime? Like, I do not understand. But if y'all understand, please make sense of that. Tell me. Because am I making sense? I don't want to lose y'all because I know y'all get lost in translation when I talk. You know what I'm saying? Get that right. That same dude, Hova, that he's talking about, he's holding up like it's a trophy that did something to me. You know what I'm saying? It's the same guy that rocks, that talks shit, that knows that's part of the people that rocked Tony when he was 16 underneath a green bin, knocked his ass out, beat him up. I got in to protect him. And, I was fighting 20 guys. Yeah, got mine off, but they still rocked me. I took a L that day because you have to. 20 against one, guns and everything, stabbed in the stomach, blow, intestines hanging out, Tony crying, and I'm laughing because he didn't know what happened. I'm in the car like this. Oh my God. This nigga don't think I got stabbed enough. So I showed him I showed him my tripas, my intestines. And I started throwing up because we was drunk. So the intestines kept coming out. So I'm like, oh,
Wow.
the So anyway, two strippers and a black old guy in a Cadillac put me in the back seat and took me, and Tony, he was in the front seat, took me to the hospital and they stood me back up. They did a great job. But that's the story. So the same guy, like I just told you, he's repping the guy that knocked him out against the homie that protected him. That's what he'd rather do. That's where his jealousy or his hate took him to. That's why he's disgusted. So you know what I'm saying? That's deeper than rap. That's why I didn't want to go to this side of stuff, but this is how disgusting I gotta make you understand he is. You understand? To have the audacity to do something like that, which is he's only playing himself. That's what I'm saying. What dirt do you have on me?
Tony is using the picture of him standing next to BX Hova, trying to get some credit, trying to get some brownie points, saying like, yo, there's no proof about what Cuban was talking about with him getting slapped in the face, right? But all we have to do is rewind the video of you getting punched by BX Hova, taking credit for it almost like he's the one that punched you.
Right. No, but that's what he is. This is the type of garbage he is. And like I told you, how much of garbage he is. He's like dump Jews, like, 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 like the Hunts Point, the backup Hunts Point, the second half where the transvestites is and where the dirty garbage juice is, where take shits and then they piss everywhere, on top of the garbage of the blubber that the whale have left around the world. That's who he is. He's there. He's that. He's the sewer that swallows all that juice. That's what he is. That's what the cup of juice he drank. Juice with hating Alka-Seltzer.
So I don't know if you know, but in the comments, he's commenting too, roll the clip. Now,
roll the clip?
Where is roll the clip?
Roll the
from?
clip. Roll the clip is from the. They roll the clip is what he's trying to say. Play the video.
I know, but that's what I say, man. Roll the clip, right?
Play the video from the fight night. Yeah, when he stuffed me, when I got stuffed.
But my catchphrase is always, man, roll the clip, right? So all the fans were saying to me, they're like, yo, this dude is like trying to be subliminal.
But he thinks that's dope. He thinks something of his head. He thinks that's a cool thing to do. Like, I don't understand what you throwing subliminal. Just say the name, you baloney smoker. What are you doing? Like, you don't want to know. You don't want who to know. You don't want who to know, like who, because he's letting you know. He's just talking in like gay code.
That's what that whole camp does over there. It's like they don't say the names directly. It's kind of like a indirect subliminal. If you know, you got to read in between the lines. Like when Joe goes on live, he doesn't say
That's
Charlie's
they're wrong.
name.
That's usually when they're wrong. When they know they did something wrong, they don't want to. That's what they do. They try to keep the other person in silence by not putting their names into the universe or put it out so they could go back to them and somebody would ask dumb situation. They want to. That's what they do. That's the only time they do.
Let's be honest, right? Like I told Los before, I said that you want Tony to come. God, you want him to come on the platform and tell his side of the story. He's more than welcome to.
Okay,
right?
How many times you gonna say that?
No.
How many times you gonna say that? He's a baloney.
But then he said that, yo, Tony don't like speaking about this negative stuff, right? He likes to speak about positive stuff only. My God. But then you look like he's always taking subliminal shots on his Instagram all the time.
No, he doesn't look. He doesn't look like he is.
He's always taking subliminal shots all the time. And so
he gotta look like it's like he might be. It's still a chance that he's not talking about me. No, you're talking about me. Everybody knows.
No,
I don't know who you're fooling.
But you know what's so funny?
Who is he trying to fool though?
Is he denies it though? Because like you remember earlier, like I think like earlier on in the year, he was taking shots and I did videos on it. Then he posted, he's like, people think that I'm taking shots at so-and-so. They don't even know who I'm talking about.
Because he thinks he's only fooling himself. That's what a dumb dude does, to think that he's tricking people when he's only tricking himself. You understand? Right. That's how retarded and much that rock that he smoked, maybe how potent that shit is, because nobody is believing you no more. Like, the truth is out. The cock has been charged already with a 3rd-degree slap. The cock is doing time right now. It did 20 years. He just finally got free. Let it go. The shit is over. Admit the cock was guilty. Admit that you was guilty by doing the airbender. You airbended your way out of that one, huh?
You saw the interview with Nonstop, right? And Nonstop confirmed everything you said. He said that the only thing that you forgot though was that he did like a karate move after, like he did a meditation.
I forgot the airbender. That's what I said, the airbender. He did the airbender, and it was like this. And they could control the wind, and the wind went west, east, north, south in his jaw 3 times. And left to the other side of his ears. But that's what I'm saying. These things that I made up, these things are not me trying
but
to,
you a
you know what I'm saying?
fool.
Well, yeah,
You a
trying
fool.
to expose who he is because you forgot who he is. That's me trying to do that. This is for somebody that you just heard what I just did for the dude back in the days.
Right.
You see the gratitude I'm getting. After put his life on the line to protect you, you hang out and you take a picture and hold as a trophy that one of the guys that did that to me, part of that, not that he did that to me, but part of that circle that did that to me, plus knocked you out underneath the green bed. I remember, and you remember, we went to the hospital together, remember? And I thought I ain't did, nothing happened to me. I'm in the back, laid out with, 2 strippers, one, my head in the stripper's lap, and the other stripper telling me, he said, don't I put the shirt on my stomach, because I had there was a hole in my stomach, so the intestine was like creeping out through it, like you see the intestine like through it into the skin. But it was cool. I was drunk too. So Tony was like, "What's wrong? Why you back this thing? Hey, back like that, man." Right? He was like that in front with the black guy, the old black guy that was driving, because he didn't know me. There was a jet into the hospital, and the strippers in our back. I think it was Cat and Chocolate. Shout out to them. I still remember their names.
They somebody's mama
How
right
can
now.
you forget people that been there to save your life? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I'm that type of dude. Look at that. Right now, you just asked me. I told you, Cat, Chocolate. 2 strippers, beautiful. I love them.
But Cuban, you a fool.
But listen to me. I was in the back, laying back, like I said, and I'm kind of laughing. But screaming. The strippers are screaming a little bit. Hey, come be all right. Come on, hurry up faster. So Tony's like, why y'all making that much noise? You didn't get nothing happen to him. Look at him. He's looking at me, and I'm like, this, what do you mean nothing happened to me, stupid? And I'm kind of laughing like this. It was like, what happened? And I go, look, go like this. My shit popped out a little bit. And he was like, oh, in the front seat. And if I'm lying, I'm dying, man. I'm trying to tell you. And then when he did that, I started laughing like a dick and throwing up. Because now I'm drunk, but I did the, and then when I did that, it gasped my ear. And I'm like, oh, shit. And I start throwing up in the back seat, right? Like this. Now I'm throwing up. And when you're pushing your stomach.
On the strippers?
No. The stripper moved to the side. She moved to the side. But I was throwing up in the back. I couldn't stop it. Now, when I'm throwing up, you got to put pressure on your stomach. So more intestines, the intestines is protruding more. They're pushing out. I'm trying to hold it. I'm like, oh, man. So I'm throwing up. And the intestine is coming out. Strippers are screaming. Black guy doesn't know what the fuck if I'm having a baby back there that's driving. Tony's in the sidelines like the mother who's going to deliver the baby, but she passed out. This is my situation, guys. Nobody help me, guys. And that's true stories. And I made it to the hospital, and that's it. They stitched me up. You know what I'm saying? African dude. He said, "What happened, motherfucker? Motherfucker?
No, you didn't.
No,
he didn't. No, he didn't say that.
Who thought we going to I'm about to fix you, motherfucker? You know how much she's going to thank you? That's my story, man. That's me freestyling.
He didn't say that. Did he really say that?
I fixed your motherfucker. As soon as I woke up, that's what he said. Hey, I fixed your motherfucker. You be the right fucker. Then he told me, get rid of that Tony Sunshine guy. He's a bad motherfucker. He's a socker, not a bad motherfucker. He's a socker. I was like, I know, socker. That's a doctor told me. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember his name, but that was my doctor, African doctor.
You was a fool, because when you did that episode 2 on Instagram, you did the 5 steps.
Here's the 5 steps. We're getting slapped with a car. 4 steps for all of us to watch. And 3 bitches. There were 3 bitches. And they all saw you get slapped. Ooh. I told you, boy. I don't know. I'm nice with mine. I'm nice. You can't fuck with me. I have to do it right, man.
Yo, but
boy, God, boy.
So then he goes live, right? And he goes live and he goes, hi.
Hi. Hi.
He got no
Hi.
wins against me, man. Talk about anything you like. Anything he likes. Anything. Don't make me go further, because you see how much I got. I already killed. You don't want to act like he dead. I told him, act like he dead. But act like he dead, like you did that day when he stuffed you under the bed. Act like you sleeping, boy. Because if you don't, I'm gonna put you to sleep.
So he goes live and then he's like telling people to go post on to drop a comment on his last post, right? And he's saying drop a boxing mitt, whatever, somebody with the hurt head bandage and like all types of things. And
he doesn't want to see me, dog. I said, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
I live a good life, and you know, he's showing the palm trees, and he's saying that he's about to get his hair cut, he's gonna get his steak. He's like saying,
okay, my man, but you trying to just dig, you trying to just feed me, you're feeding me just things so I can go in, right? That wasn't enough what I gave you, huh? You want to keep on with the fuck?
No, I'm saying for the people to understand that's watching, you know. So he's going in, he's saying that. And then like Joe's in the live watching too, and he's shouting out Joe. He says he's defending Joe. He's saying, "Yo, it don't matter what they say about you. You a legend," and blah blah blah, right? And then he's saying towards the end, he goes, "Oh, I got to get up out of here because Joe gonna chew me out when I get off or whatever for talking too much." And he says, "But positive vibes. I just got to talk my ish every once in a while."
Mr. Good
these
vibes.
Bozos.
Because he's denying, you know, I mean, you understand the type of dude you're dealing with. You're dealing with a dude that, you know, I think people, I said this many times. I showed you who I am, right? Why? Because I'm battle tested, right? You see me, bad situations, good situations, regular situations. Y'all seen that. I'm battle tested. Whatever you think of me is what it is because I showed you. I'm sure they showed you who they are. You could choose to side with whoever. You could know who's doing what. You know right from wrong. You know good from evil. You know all of that as a human being. You know it. You've seen it. Show you who they are. Just do the recap. And they life. They got a long enough history for you to do the recap. You like that picture when you finish drawing it. Then that's who you chose, and you good with that. Then you good with that. Keep riding on that. I know that if you draw that picture, you know who's lying and who's telling the truth, and you know who's about it and who's not, and you know who do it for TV and who do it for live audience. You know that, you know, and you know who is really who he says he is or who he portrays to be, and you know who's putting on a show and acting like somebody else. You know that, so it's easy to tell. You know, I don't want to be the conductor of gassing you. Like I said, I don't like gassing people, man. The only thing that gas me is the truth. My knowledge of something. That I'm sure I could be sure about what I'm saying. Other niggas, they make things up and they go fishing, but they catch nothing. You only catch blowfishes.
Yo, I think the crazy thing though is that like so many people never have anything good to say about him though. You know, like every single time you look in the comments, nobody has anything good to say about him. And it's like, it's crazy. Not even like one person has anything good to say about him, because what it seems like is that he's just he's really insecure and just likes to talk online, like talk ish, like crazy. Like, I don't understand that either. Like, why either just be direct with who you.
I don't want to know why anymore though. It's like, you know, you gotta know how to just evacuate all types of emotions for somebody who got snapped with a cop. And for me to say that and go there, that's me reminding myself, how the hell am I that stupid? I made a homeboy from he got snapped with a cock. That's what I'm blaming myself again. Taking a cocky, ex-cocky slapped, whatever the you call it, ex-cock slapped her, or whatever it is. Taking a victim of a cock slap into my, and to have love for him and do all I did for him, from protecting him to to accept to be in the main reason that he's in Terror Squad. You know what I'm saying? As far as an artist and singing, and I've been the one who put him in the first songs, classic songs like "Hey Mama," "Still Telling Lies," my first single. I'll make sure he was on it. All the things that I did out of me. It's not what Joe told me. I did that from my heart. You know what I'm saying? And also recognizing that he got talent. So I'm trying to push him just like Pun pushed me. I gave that love for that dude to be the way he is to a nigga like me. When you owe me your soul, boy, ooh, that soul gonna be lit when I motherfucking touch it. All right? So that's what's going on. And he's gonna suffer more times he lies. He's gonna suffer more. And it's, the suffering comes from the karma. From the, you know what I'm saying, the universe giving you that back. You're gonna feel it. I don't gotta tell you no more. I don't do no black magic, nada de no voodoo shit. You don't toco nada de eso. Ya de penguería, todos los maricones también que traicioneros ustedes que son, que tú sabes, me reconocen que soy yo, cojones. Ustedes saben quién soy yo. Que están actuando como si yo soy un extraño, o te están burlando porque me conocen. Me conocí antes me conocía ya. Ok, tú te piensas que algo es suave, ¿verdad? Que algo es un poquito, una chuchería por ahí. Está bien, si tú piensas así, vamos a ver, de verdad.
Before we get off of Tony,
what?
Before we stop talking about Tony, though, I want to say,
you cut me off because I'm talking Spanish?
No,
that was mad.
I understand
racist,
what you're saying.
Racist.
I understand what you're saying.
You didn't say nothing. Don't try to. That's mocking. That's even worse than racism.
No, I understand what you're saying. You said maricon, and I know what that means.
With you, but listen to me. Ain't no racism here. This is hip hop.
The situation with BX Hova, right? So you said that you got into a fight with him prior to that time that he punched you on camera. Yeah. When was that, and how did that situation happen?
That was a deep one. That was damn. You want me to go on that one too? That was just regular. It's regular. It was my birthday. Now, I don't want to even name the characters in there, but it was my birthday. I think Nonstop was part of that too. It was my birthday. Dren Star too. Dren Star, Nonstop.
Shout out to Nonstop.
And Petey Crack.
The slapper.
And Petey Crack. Petey Crack was with me, man. We went to, I think it was Petey Crack. Yeah, Petey Crack, definitely. Yeah, we were just chilling, man. My birthday, went to Sue's. One of my guys started beefing. They got drunk. Two of them got drunk. And we was chilling, having a great time. The dudes decide to go on their own little quest to go around Sue's. So next thing we know, they go to the bathroom. We chilling, me and Petey chilling. And we start trouble over there somewhere. I see like a group, like across from the bar. I see like a group of dudes. And I heard a bam, like, you know what I'm saying, real quick, like, oh, what happened? So I go over there because I know these niggas, they left my side. They left outside. I mean, they left my side to go somewhere. So now I go over there. And I seen the bouncers like holding them up, niggas, you know, kind of disorientated because they got snuffed. You know what I'm saying? So they got snuffed out. So now I'm like, damn, these are my guys, right? But still, I knew they was drunk, whatever, but I'm going over there to find out what happened by myself. Because everybody that was with me kind of like left to the front already. They was like on the side. But I went dolo back there to where it happened at. And now I go over there and be like, yo, what's going on? To the guys, because I don't know if I knew them or whatever. Let them know whatever, you know, if it's a misunderstanding or you know what I'm saying? They do that because of me. I got hate over there. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? So I just go over there humble again. I was like, yo, what's up? What's going on, man? He was like, nah. The dudes was like, it was 10 of them back there. So they surrounded Nasa and the other guy, and they did that. And then I go back there. I asked, I was like, yo, what's going on? What's popping? So the dude, I guess, recognized me because from that block that I told you that I, you know, saying that I had problems with, they all from that. And that's the Hova dude was in there in that circle of 10. And now I'm just like, what happened? It was like, nah, you again. Some other dudes, like the whole dude, nah, you again. You know what's up? You know what's up? And I'm like in the VIP session, so it's like this much off the ground. You know, so like good 4 steps down with a barrier there. So I got to look on them down a little bit. So they coming at me through the thing, but you got to hop over the, you know, not even hop over. They could slide underneath, but I got a little leverage, but I'm like, and I got the bouncer in front of me because the bouncer knew me, so they was like, chill, cute, chill. So I was like, nah, man, it's not for all that. I got all of them yelling at me, man. Fuck you, this, that, nigga, you put it. I didn't even say nothing to do except what happened. It was going on. That's my people. You know what I'm saying? So they like, and Hova was one of them. Yeah, nigga, what? You know what's going? You know what happened with this nigga? You know what happened? You already know, niggas stabbed you on the niggas done stabbed you, my niggas. What? Coming at me like something like this. Nah. And I'm doing the same thing like I always do. I did the old. No, because the bouncers are going like this to me. So I'm like, no, good, it's good. Now, Papa, come here. Don't worry about it. Tell me what happened. I don't know what's going on. So he's getting closer. Yeah, nigga, with the extra. Yeah, nigga, what? He's getting closer, right? So I'm like this. Nah. I'm getting closer. So when I got close enough, I was just like this because I'm looking at him a little down. So I'm like, now, Papa, the problem was that over here is where I live. And over here is when I got you by. Right in the face again. Bloody lip. Stops talking. Now it's, that was the Hova that I hit. Against 10. Again, me Dolo. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I ever jumped them or I did anything. I went them. They wanted some problem with me. It was 10 against me. And I rocked him in his jaw. That had nothing to do with it. And that got me mad because that dude said that about it. Right? So he gave me the memory of the niggas and rocked you from my block. So I was like, oh, word? The whole lot. So that's what happened that day. Jesus. And then, after everything was done, they got busy too. I'm not saying they didn't get busy, but the other two dudes that was rocking, you know what I'm saying? But
Was it an all-out brawl?
when we got out the club, things happened again. Things happened. Let's just say after the club, it wasn't over. After the club, that say my birthday, whatever, we see them outside, and it was on and popping again. So it was like, you know what I'm saying, that type of it. So as life goes on, we got a mutual friend. That, you know what I'm saying? That because I rock, I rock with niggas from that block too. And I'm gonna go in front. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that block from back in the days always had a problem because of that, the Tony incident. So what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, so later on we got a mutual friend. We got a mutual friend which kind of deaded the beef between me and Hova. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I told him in his ear. I told him that in his ear. Since, you know what I'm saying? Since people want to put other people and they ain't putting them in their place to leave you out of it. So now you want to hear the story, so I got to tell you the story. And that's the story. The dude, I think he had a fight with the TS niggas. And, you know what I'm saying? Some TS dudes. And they stabbed him in the ass cheek. Something like that. So now, Hova's mad at the Terror Squad nigga got beef with that. Whoever did it, I don't know what happened, but that's what I heard. That situation transpired like in 2007, 8, 9. Then we was, my man, we seen each other at one of the trap houses. You know what I'm saying? We was chilling playing dominoes and he came through or some other shit. And then my man just said, yo, this is, you know what I'm saying? And he knew, so he kind of squashed the beef. So I was like, no doubt, my nigga. And I gave him love. And it was, it was supposed to be a rap, whatever. Then later on, he was hanging out with other niggas and he you know what I'm saying? Shit was happening around his shit. He got, you know what I'm saying? He got back cool with Joe again somehow. They got back cool somehow again. And that's when the animosity started with me again. So I seen the, you know what I'm saying? They might have reminded him about that day. Or he might have thought that day in his, when I caught him in Sue's, that was a personal thing. Well, it was personal because he said what he said, you know what I'm saying? He went back to that incident with the knife. So, but it was something that we already left in the past there. But I understand. I got caught slipping that day. That's why I took responsibility. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man. I know how to, that's my fault. I'm more disappointed in me for getting gas to go there. I shouldn't have been there. You know what I'm saying? Especially drinking like that. So that was the conversation we was having.
So what year was that? What year was that when you got punched?
All right, slow down with the punch. It was around, I don't know, that's what, 2017, 16, I don't know.
Okay.
Something like that.
What year was it when you got, All right. So
I got love kissed, love
right.
tapped.
So then like people always say this, right? Because they always like to use this as a whole thing with like, oh, Cuban got knocked out, blah blah blah, stuff like that. But everybody knows.
So that's what happened though. And that's footage. When I told him when I was in the I was going like this and I was kind of arguing with him. He was like responding back. He was I was telling him.
What were you guys arguing about?
He was talking about something about I called him a snitch or something. Or am I saying he's a snitch? And I was like, because it was some other situation, but it wasn't about him.
Right.
And I told him who I was referring to. I said, I wasn't even talking about you, but you know what I'm saying? We're talking about this, whatever. And then he said, oh, okay. So we left it like that later. Then I got sauced it up. And I was doing the old, damn, man, then why you rocking with them niggas again? That's what I did. Why you rocking with TS and them again? Because I see him, he was bodyguard for Joe and 50 Cent, and he was in that circle again, so he was rocking with Joe again. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, and he was, you know what I'm saying, like on their side. So since we was cool, and dude that introduced us knew us, and he's from that like this side. So I was just like, yo, my nigga, but I understand how you know what I'm saying? He said something to me about, you still mad at me. You know, I was mad at me because it happened to you. He said something about, you still mad at me, you know, because of what happened in Sue's, and you thought you did this to me. And I was like, nah, man, it wasn't that. I said, I'm just, you know what I'm saying, wondering how you go back to these niggas. You know what I'm saying? You're a real nigga. Like, if you don't let niggas stab you in the ass cheek and then you go back with them, that shit's whack to me. So he got tight when I said that. And he was like, but what's that of your business? And then he goes back like that. And I goes, yeah, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this shit. Like,
Right.
I got caught off with the acting like he's a nigga that I know that's my friend on that level, because I was drunk. I was really nice. So when I did this, and I was like, yeah, but I don't know. I did one of these. I don't know. And I looked away. And that's when, you know what I'm saying, hit me, you know, in the mouth.
So then they rushed him out of the bar, right? They rushed him out of the bar.
But what happened is that after he punched me, I went down. He went to get me again. And I was still up. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? And I was like holding him from here, but then everybody started is trying to stop him. And you know what I'm saying? Pick him off me. But he never got on top of me doing anything. But he was about to. But everybody was there knew both of us. You understand? Regardless if there was no one-on-one, nobody's supposed to jump in. But they grabbed him off me because it was gonna, you know, he already hit me, damn, you know what I'm saying, without me looking. That's unfair anyway, right? You want me to get up. Now you okay, you got me. Now let me get up. So what happened after that? The bouncers, I guess, took him. They didn't take him out because that's his place. That's how they got the footage. They got the footage. That's their people's. Understand? So he was at home. That's how they got the security. They don't say nobody's filming it with a phone.
Right.
They got that from the security niggas. You know what I'm saying? There's other niggas inside of TS that asked for that, that got that demanded that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna leave that out. You know who you are. You know, you thought you was worthy. So at the end of the day, they took him off me. Right? It happened like 2-3 seconds. Once again, they took him off me. I got up. I was calm because I already knew I got caught. So I'm like this, okay, in my head. Everybody's there. Niggas still having dinner. Like, this is a place where there was, you know, people having dinner over there, and then the bar, big bar, people on the bar just chilling, conversating. That shit happened, blah, blah, blah. Kind of bleeding. I was like, ooh, we got up. I went to the bar, picked up a napkin. I was like, damn, that was a good one. I told my man that was there. They looked at me like, damn, Cuban. I was like, nah, man, it's all good. Where you at? Then I try to just keep it calm. Because that punch put me calm. It set me into calm mode, right? But calm mode I know what I'm gonna do. Just relax. I don't want to make a scene in my mind. So now I'm trying to I go towards the entrance of the club to get out, and I go. He went through here, and they want to tell me. So I said, all right, cool. So as I'm walking out to the front, the bouncer steps up and was like, nah, you can't leave through here. Nah, you can't leave through here. You know what I'm saying? Big black guy. Forgot his name. I don't even know him. So I was like, all right, where can I leave? Back home, right? Still bleeding a little bit, but I'm wiping it with one more thing. So I'm like, so where did I leave? Niggas didn't act like they didn't want to tell me nothing. Nobody wanted to take. So one dude went like that to the side. So got a side and exit. So I went to the side. Me and my boy that was with me, that had the car. I was like, all right, yeah, my nigga, go get the car. I'm gonna be right in the corner. So I waited in the corner for a good 5 to 6, 7 minutes. We're in the corner waiting for anybody by myself because nobody was out there. It's not like dudes was with me or that, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna jump the dude because, you know, like I told you, everybody's like neutral there because niggas knew me, you know, and then more niggas knew him because that's around where he from. And the owners of the bar rock with him because that's his people's. So that's why I was in the wrong place. So so I waited in front and I'm like this and I'm looking around. I'm nobody in this, you know, underneath this train station. It's right there by the train station. I'm like this, and usually it'd be people. So I'm like, they got me. In my head, I'm like this. If they come roll up on me right now with some tras, is over, right? So I'm like this. I don't give a fuck right now. They can punch me in my head. He punched me in my face. That was a good one because I felt a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And it's been a while since I got hit like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. This nigga, I'm showing up, and my man pulls up with the hoopty. So I told him, all right, cool. I said, yo, you didn't see where he went? Because he was there, but it's another one right there. He didn't want to say nothing either. I'm like this. You didn't see him? Nah, I think he left. They took him home. So I was like, all right, take me home. And that's all that happened. He took me home. And then I had some ill thoughts in my head. By the grace of God, something told me to chill. I think he told me to chill. My girl at the time had to stop me. My girl at the time had to stop me from doing something.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was. And my daughter was there. So that was, and I was, like I said, I was saucied up. So that mentality already went there with me.
Right.
If I get out of this right here, it's all extra. But once again, it's like the drinking also put me to that next level of rushing, adrenaline rush, which is like, I wasn't thinking about, people are going to talk about me. I wasn't thinking about none of that. I was just thinking about, tit for tat. Okay, cool. It's my turn. All right, cool.
You were thinking about the get back.
Right at the moment, yeah. Because it was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't ready for that. Like, what if, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my fault for not being ready, because I was supposed to never take my eyes over the enemy like that. But I think the alcohol made me
At that
think
moment, though, you didn't think that he was your enemy, though. You thought that
I should have
everything
thought
was
that.
okay.
I should have never been
Right.
that. I should have never been that
Naive.
that comfortable around him like that. You know what I'm saying? And talk to him in a certain way that might have
Provoked him.
you know what I'm saying, might have provoked the anger thing for him. And he been probably want to get me back. So it's like, oh, that's perfect right here. So at the same time, I gave him the opportunity, but he took it. So, all right, cool. And he took it. That's how it is. You know what I'm saying? It's sometimes like that. Sometimes like when I call him, and sometimes like but I did it on some other shit. I did it protecting once again, protecting. Remember I told you every time I got into something, it's for protecting. Tony Sunshine, protecting him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The other ones protecting my two other brothers and finding out what's happening. So it's nothing like I go in there, it's not like that. And this one, I'm trying to still tell them like, damn, I wanted you to be rocking with us and anything. You know what I'm saying? Because now niggas like, this side is real. I wanted to say that in probably a certain way, but it was like, yo, how you gonna let niggas stab you in the ass cheeks and then you go back? I did that instead of the other way. So I understood. I provoked that myself a little bit, but he still took the opportunity. So hey, I wish I was thinking like that certain times. I would have caught him, differently too.
Right.
But I was never thinking that way. But like I said, I left it alone. But since people want to use them in pictures and the guys that are actually getting used as the pictures and as the stories that trying to get at me, if they don't say nothing to stop these dudes, then I'm gonna tell the truth. And believe me, when I tell the truth, this is what happens. They don't got nothing on me. What the
Have you seen him since?
What? Who? Hova?
Yeah.
No. I haven't seen him.
No, you haven't seen him? So, because a lot of people use that situation as a way to try to get at you, right? They always says Cuban got knocked out, but it's like obviously if you're knocked out,
and that's after when I'm 40, when I'm 45, though. So I started the game when I was 19. Now I'm 45. If that happened, it happened, right? If it was something, and I'm telling you how it happened, and everything. If you don't accept that, like I always said, look how hard he hit me, man. Because I couldn't see myself getting hit right there at the moment. I felt it. I still got up, right? So look at how hard he hit me. And what takes more courage to hit me like that, or for the dude that got hit like that to get up and do exactly what I said and still wanted the fair one? I don't understand. So if you believe whatever you believe, because everybody gets caught, believe me, I caught niggas like that. But I never deny them of the right to fight me in one-on-one or whatever. I'm saying I didn't give the beats out, but I know what I did. It has a little integrity what I do, and that's what the fire that keeps me going. Because at the end of the day, if you catch me, just like Joe when he caught me and I got up and I rocked him, he snuffed me again from I wasn't looking. You understand? So this dude did the same thing. I wasn't looking. I was talking about some other thing. Caught me bow. You clearly see he caught me bow, and you could clearly see I wasn't looking. So he sucker punched me. Cool, sucker punched me. Now, when I get up, give me a chance to get up. He caught me. Let's go. Let's ride, baby. Outside. Let's do something.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, let's do it. But give me a little respect where it's like, okay, I see where it's coming from now. But that day, like I said, I was supposed to be there. So many things God's put in front of me, thought to be there, and people told me. So I was like, I was not supposed to go there, but I went. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I get. and it was meant to happen. That's it. And you see what happened. I seen the relationships people have with people, because at the time I didn't know how close that was. But then the TS, you know what I'm saying, leak, where it leaks down to, they know the establishment and get that tape out of there. They get that done, you know, to ridicule me on that level. So it all leads to that. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing back in the day when I told you to now, to that snuff that happened with me, gets put out from the establishment. I could have sued again, right? Could also sue, because nobody has that. Nobody has that in their phones. That was actually the security cameras where they got it from. And you could hear niggas laughing
Yeah,
a
yeah,
little
yeah.
bit like,
You can.
he's drunk. Now what I chill. You don't think I know those voices? So at the end of the day, I know, I see it. So it's like, wow, they're sneaky, sneaky,
See,
pretty sneaky,
see, my
sis.
thing though, my thing is right. Like people always say that you got knocked out, but if you got knocked out, you would have been out cold though. Like you got back up like pretty
I never in
fast.
my life got knocked out. Not even when they did the operation with me and they put me in anesthesia. I was up like this. All right, doctors, move the left ventricle, put the arrow on the back. That's what the hell I was doing.
No, but
Are you
also,
crazy?
but
Me getting
also,
knocked out. When the hell did you? Yeah, but when the hell did you see right there? You seen the footage, and that's not even all of the footage, but the footage is like, you see he swings, commotion, that slows down a little bit. A second later, 2 seconds, somebody comes out walking, and I go like this, and I go to the bar
right.
slowly and calm, like I just told you, and that's what happened. So y'all fill in what I just said right now with those empty spaces, and y'all can't really hear what's happening. Y'all gonna see my attitude. You're gonna see exactly what happened. What I'm telling you, just like I told you. You know what I'm saying? After the calm and all that, I got up and I was ready. But I didn't show nobody was ready because I'm in their turf. I would have been like, wow, I don't know who's going to jump in now. You know what I'm saying? I'm in A block. Should have got worse like that day in Tony with Tony. So I took it calm. That's why I did that. And I went outside. And I went outside for 5 minutes. That's what nobody's, they're trying to keep that out. Just like trying to Photoshop this, the whole, story. But that's what really happened. I wasn't too keen in having this shit, but I'm like this, okay, I gotta fight my way out. They're gonna get me. I'm in their block. They better do what they need to do. That was my mentality. So I stood in front of that thing because I didn't want to walk with my man, you know what I'm saying, to go see him. So I stood in front of the establishment, right there in front. If they got the security camera, show them that. Tell them to show us that. When I'm like this by myself and I'm looking around and I'm like this for a good 3-4 minutes. And you know what I'm saying? My man comes and then he takes me out. But
Well,
that's what happened.
my thing though is that it's just another day in the hood because like people catch L's all the time. Like if you've been in the hood long enough that you catch L's, right? So it's like everybody loses.
Well, you catch L's when you give out L's. Also, when you're not pride, because I never prided myself. Like I said, every time I did something for protection, not every time, but most of the 90% of the time is me. You know what I'm saying? Sticking up for somebody or protecting somebody or trying to protect somebody. So at the end of the day, it's like if you're in it and you recognize that this is sometimes, yeah, when you give it to somebody, you gotta always be ready for the return package. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know that sometimes that package is gonna get returned to you. So if you get caught, you lack it, and you get caught, and you gotta take it. You take it as you gave it, or you know what I'm saying, you could be a bitch
But
and
the
either
crazy
snitch
thing
or
is that the
do
people
some other
that
shit.
make fun of you the most though, I'm sure they've caught L's too. Or
Of
they so
course, but
scared
that's what people do.
to catch an L that they've never even been in a situation before.
Yeah, they will never put themselves in a situation because they're scared of going in that situation, and that's what it is. So people are going to just talk because they got lips.
Right.
That's it. Some people talk because they got lips, man. They got some sound comes out their throat and they breathe. It's the only reason they talk. But talking from experience, talking from a boxer, a nigga that knows how, saying that did the boxing thing. We took it. That's what they train you when you box. You got to have a chin. You got to have chin. You got to have that chin that's right before you fight with your hands. You know what I'm saying? Your heart got to be right first. Then your chin got to be strong. That's a great quality to have. So, you know what I'm saying? This pretty boy right here, boy. Shit. Besides that, that's nothing to compare what they did to me in other places. Like, you know what I'm saying? As far as like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas, they always jumping me. And this one is actually not the jump, but this was a sucker punch. But you see what happened? Y'all got to see what happened. It's not me in the best light, but it's at least me getting up.
Right.
I can tell you that. This niggas that went to sleep like for 2 days. This niggas that been sleeping, still probably sleeping. You know what I'm saying? I got knocked out in 2001. I'm telling you. So I gets up all day. If I mean, I'll try it. That's my heart. That's me. And that's my energy. It's just now a little older. You know what I'm saying? Before it's the Hulk when I get out. Rah, you know what I'm saying? Lord, one smash your wifey and everybody. Yeah. But now it's okay. I'm gonna kill this nigga. That's what it is. My mind goes there to it's like, this is nothing, but they thought it was something. So let me just see who is this weakest link. And I look around the room and if it's not, you know what I'm saying, start thinking now because I might have been lost because the drink do get me, you know what I'm saying, to be a little comfortable and have fun and put my guards down. But it happened. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, kudos to him. He's another get back. Like he got me back for when I hit him. So I'm not too mad and he shouldn't be, you know, now he's gloating though. If I see him talking shit where he's like, yeah, when he doing that, then I have to that's why I have to do this right now. I have to really bring back the truth of what things happen, why they happen. And there's always a reason. And if I got the reason, y'all gonna know why.
Guess who was in the comments laughing?
Who was laughing?
Ballistic
Oh
Man.
my God, Lipstick Man. Oh my, the newbie, the Buffer Joe Soldier. No, Buffer Joe Doja.
And your
Oh,
man
Lord,
Prospect.
Buffer Joe Doja.
And Prospect.
Licking at all pro. That's the avenue. Okay, it's my avenue too. 167 Prospect. Lil Vils all day, Lil Vils. See, that's for Lil Vils. That stems back to there. Look, the little shorty, snot nose Richie, droopy with the booger on the nose, 30 pants and drawers that I used to play with. It helped. You know, he's 10. I was like 15. Watched him on the block. Bad little snot nose, poor little Richie. Had love for little Richie. I was the reason that he was in Terror Squad again. Once again, another guy that I was responsible for introducing him to Pun like that and introducing him to the Terror Squad like that. But we knew Pun knew him too. But I'm the one that you know what I'm saying, that was on the block. He was come upstairs that I used to, you know what I'm saying, record with him in my boom box. They used to do the tapes and you know what I'm saying, we used to do it for fun and chill and told him I got him. Once I got it, you know, these are the guys. How these guys have that much? That's how much I fucked up in life. I accepted those, but things that happen, you know, they happen for a reason. They happen for a reason. They all chose the sides because money and fame was in the middle.
So isn't he technically in and out of TS? Like is he signed to TS?
No, I think he's in and out of Joe's ass. That's what he is. He's up and out, in and out. He's never been, you know, halfway in. No, he's in all the way in now. So that's what it is. He's definitely sucking balls. And he's another hater that I had next to me. I didn't know these guys was hating. Believe me, you know, I don't understand how can you hate after the gestures that I do for people. That's supposed to be the most loyal niggas in the world. But I guess they even jealous of the fact that I did that for them. So I have something over them. I did it. I have no motives except goodness and see you shine and help you. That's my motive. Always have been.
There was an interview that came out about a year ago, and the guy just put it out a couple days ago again. He reposted it, right? And so people thought it was new. People thought it was new. And in the interview, he's saying that I was Pun's favorite. Pun told me that I was his favorite, you know, and then he blames kind of like that the album never came out because of your failed project, right? Your failed project.
Right.
And he
failed too. He said it negatively too.
Yeah. And it was kind of like him and the interviewer were kind of talking about like you weren't that tough guy. You were like a lover boy, like making girl tracks and everything. And then you try to be tough after the fact to like kind of like compensate.
Once again, he's down with the whole agenda.
You saw it though, right? You saw the interview.
Yeah, I saw
you know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Once again, he's the dude that I had next to me that I helped get on. Like I said, the main reason for both of these dudes, the Tony guy and Prospect dude. Main reason is me, right? They deny the fact that, you know what I'm saying, probably in their mind that I didn't do that. They don't want to see a nigga like me that gave them a shot. Just do it for good things, the good motives, just to help their life. They don't want to choose that side. They want to act like I never did it, or I did it with a motive, or I was never a part of doing anything that I'm saying. They try to make me out a liar, like Joe has tried to make me, which we all know after 23 years, that's how long it took y'all to really get me. But at the end of the day, and the Panda and the fucking gerbil got these stories out because the elephant slipped up when a banana peeled at the monkey leap.
Who's the gerbil?
I'm the gerbil. Yo, but listen. Yeah, Prospect is one of the disappointments too. It's one of the disappointments because at the end of the day, I kept in contact with him a little bit. Said try to make it work again with the people and Prospect. It's from the block. So before I seen that interview right there, I had once again, a little belief. He'll still be around this nigga. Maybe one day he'll see the truth. He's from the same block. He rep the ranch. So I remember back in the days of separation, but at the end of the day, it's like, okay, we all want unity. So, but you being TS on some level like that, like if anything, you're the television to TS. You know what I'm saying? You never hung out with niggas from TS. None of them niggas know you except through us, through me, really. I'm niggas from Little Vills. I'm from the middle. You was even nigga from the tenement building next to Haji. You know what I'm saying? He got the nerve to say shit about Haji. Haji was the man. He was our nigga, the biggest dude. That I do. It was always love. Kendrick was our nigga too. But that nigga to be thinking the way he thought, as far as like when I was around him, he said certain things like niggas wasn't built like that, like because we had a little conversation, but I didn't take it like that. It's like he's talking about like street, like we was like I was trying to make myself look like I had the block on lockdown and I was the biggest drug dealer there, or I was the biggest tough guy. I never ever said that. Yeah, they never heard me say that. I told you every time I do that, it's for protection. But I've been in a lot of those situations where I know I've been in the battlefield. You know what I'm saying? Right, while they're racking up points again. You know what I'm saying? Some points deducted. I've been there. So for this nigga to deny all the fact that Q always got down, because that's the truth. Q, wherever he was at, I always seen him get down. I don't know, but he's not a troublemaker. You know what I'm saying? He used to be in the block chilling with Haji, Kendrick, and he used to play games in his house. Yeah, that's what you know me about. So I got a good side. We was all chilling on some family shit. You know what I'm saying? So how you use that to try to make me act like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe other people feel I'm a gangster, that they tell him, and then he get jealous. It could be that too. But at the end of the day, Prospect he ended up being this not-nosed, dirty, foul face, cutthroat, snitching little, you know what I'm saying? Little that I didn't want him to be. But I used to call him Dirty Richie. So he's just Dirty Prospect. He's gonna be Dirty Misfit. That was his name before Pun changed it to Prospect. He got robbed on Prospect Avenue for his chain. Yeah, so that's Prospect. Now tell me anything. Tell me what they got on me. Yeah, I took my L's. Yeah, but it was always some real shit. They get caught up and they act like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying some lies or something. And it's because they're saying the lies that I got to say this. So I got to just let the truth put them back in place, I guess, right?
You know what I will say, though, is that out of all the interviews I've seen of you, I've never seen you talk bad about Prospect. Like people don't.
Well, this one is the first one, and it's going to be because of that same thing that I saw. The same thing you just told me, I've been saw that. And I've been wanting to say this because these ones hear the truth, like I said. Expose of all is only good for the gander, right? If it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. I don't know what the hell that means. I don't even know what the gander is. What the fuck is a gander?
I don't know.
But I remember that white shit that I heard. Good for the goose.
You got to ask Pun. He read
it. If it's good for the link, it's good for the panda. I like
that. Look at that. Look at that. Woo.
I like that. See, I'm making shit up. I work my shit to turn in the turbo. The wheels are turning.